Hello, hello.
Hi, Michael.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you well.
Awesome. So, today's topic is about what to do, where to go in Russia and in Ukraine. It seems to me a lot of people they like to travel.
Michael,
Yeah.
Michael, I'm sorry. I don't see you. Maybe you turn off and turn on your camera.
Do you see me now?
No,
No? Now?
no. Oh, okay. Now it's all right.
All right. Okay, you can see me. So, a lot of people, I don't know, maybe some people, a lot of Ukrainian, a lot of Russian people, they want to go everywhere outside the country to visit, maybe just to see what's outside the world. But I don't think a lot of people, they come to Ukraine and they don't know much about Ukraine. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. And I think there's a lot of things to visit. What's the first place? I mean, if you were to go in Ukraine, right, just to travel in Ukraine, where would you go? Well, what would the first place you'd go to?
I prefer to be. I'm in Kiev, and I prefer to be in Kiev and maybe Odessa and Crimea.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense because, hey, you got the sea in Odessa, right? You got the sea right there. Why would you have to go, like, to Turkey or Egypt when you can go to Odessa? You know what I mean? Like, why? Why do you have to go? I mean, what's wrong with Odessa? It's not cold, is it?
What?
Why do people need to go to Turkey or Egypt when, you know, if they want to go to relax on the beach, they can just go to Odessa?
I don't know. I hear that people think in Turkey it's more eat
More food?
more food in the hotels.
Is this true, Vitaly? Do you think so? More food in Turkey and maybe in Egypt than you would find in Odessa?
No, there aren't more food.
Better quality of service? I don't know.
Yes, better quality of service and give me a moment. All inclusive.
All inclusive. I like this word.
Yes, people go to Egypt or in Turkey because in their hotels all inclusive.
Okay. All right. Well,
they pay money for all inclusive.
They pay money for the all inclusive. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
1 second, please.
Yep.
Настя, вы там, пожалуйста, вторую вкладочку закройте лишнюю, там эхо идет просто фоново. Я вам микрофон пока выключил, а потом выключите, когда закроете. Да, там вверху просто включите, когда надо микрофон.
Okay, you know. Hi, into the background music too. What do you say?
Настя, у вас открыта вторая вкладка. Вы найдите и закройте, там, потому что идет эхо.
It sounds like there's a lot of people there.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. I have my brother's birthday today. Call me.
We can all hear it in the class. Oksana, how are you?
Hello, Michael. Thank you very much. I'm fine.
Good. So look, today's topic is about what to do in Ukraine and Russia if someone's a tourist coming in there. Because the reason I chose this topic was because a lot of people, you know, all they do is they want to leave the country. They want it's Ukrainians too, it's Russians too. They want to leave the country. They want to go to Turkey. They want to go to Egypt. They want to go somewhere else. They don't want to explore their own country. Russia is a very big country. Oksana, you know it better than me because I've never even been there, right? So Ukraine's a very big country too. Okay, and there's a lot to do in these countries. Oksana, so, well, I mean, if you had to stay in Russia, right? And you probably do because you have children with you now to take care of. Where would you go to visit, or what kind of places would you go to? What are you thinking? What is on your mind?
Oh, I like my city, but at once I was in Kazan. It's a beautiful city, but I was very sad because we visited Kazan only 2 days, only for 2 days, and I remember a big aqua park, maybe, if we talk about interesting places. Aqua park, да? Do you understand, Michael?
Aqua park, I do. I understand. It's like a water park or something, right?
Water park. Okay. Yes. It's very interesting. It was very interesting because, for example, I swam in one swimming pool, and then I saw it was like plastic curtains. I opened them, and I see the sky over my head, and no, it wasn't no roof underhead, and it was March, and I can touch the snow by my hand.
The snow?
The snow, but I had been swim. I was in water. I don't know how to say.
Okay.
I was in water, and I didn't feel the cold weather.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, it was very interesting for me. I didn't see before that some like that.
So you don't need to go to another country to relax. Can you just relax in your own country? Because like in Canada, there's a lot to do in Canada that I can do. I don't have to go to another country, even though I am in a different country.
Yes, of course, in our country is very big, and we can relax in different places.
Sure, but for a guy like me, who doesn't speak Russian well, I don't think there's a lot of areas for me to go, is there? Or do you disagree with that?
You're afraid that you want to speak Russian, and other people won't understand you.
I wouldn't know where the heck I would get lost. Russia's huge. I wouldn't know what direction to go to. I'd run into a big Mishka somewhere.
Navigator, you have to need a navigator.
But the second part is, for anyone to get into Russia, you need a visa. And that's the hard part. And you need to prove what hotel you're staying at, this and that. It's too much, I think. But, you know, maybe other foreigners, like in Ukraine and Russia, well, they need a visa too to get into other countries. So maybe it's hard work for them too. You know, like for a Ukrainian person to go to like Italy, it's a lot of not paperwork, the Shanghai visa, whatever you call it. It's a nuisance, we can say. It's a nuisance too. And Vitaly, what are you thinking of going? I mean, if in Ukraine here, where would you go?
In Ukraine we have almost everything, except desert maybe. We have mountains. We have two seas, and we have a lot of forests and rivers. We think
lot of forests,
I think we have places, good places to rest, for rest.
So then why do so many people, why do they need to travel then, if they can't enjoy their own country?
Because in other countries, quality of service is better, as you said.
Well, can't that change?
And maybe sometimes it is cheaper. You for the same money you get better quality. You see?
Maybe. Where would you rather go, Spain or Lviv?
What
If
can
you
you
had a
repeat?
choice, Spain or Lviv?
Lviv?
Я тоже не поняла.
Lvov.
Could you write this word?
Can you write down? Lviv.
Lviv.
If I had money for Spain, I would go to Spain.
Why? Tell us your reason.
Because in Lviv I can go in maybe moment, maybe.
Any
It is,
moment.
yes,
Yeah.
in any moment.
So it's something special, I guess, to go to Spain. Different climate, different weather, different food, different people. But it's hard to give up Lviv. Lviv's a very nice city. Very nice
Yes.
city.
Yes, Lviv is very Lviv is a very beautiful city, but you say that I have to choice.
To choose, yeah, your two choices.
Yes, choose between Lviv and Spain. I would choose Spain, of course.
But I don't understand why a lot of people they go to Egypt when it's dangerous. When I would say, hey, I feel more safer in Ukraine or in some parts of Russia than to go in Egypt where I know there's a war. Oh, Donetsk region. Sorry, I forgot about Donetsk area, right? So, you know, I'd feel more safer. So why do they even bother going to a country like Egypt when they know they have these political problems there that could get them into trouble too?
Maybe for tourists, it's not very. О, Господи. It's как сказать, да, это безопасно для туристов.
I think you could still get killed, and it doesn't matter if you're a tourist or not in Egypt. I mean, in certain areas, right? I think you're still.
If you will go, Michael, to capital of Egypt, yes, Cairo, maybe you will killed. You will be killed there. But when the tourists have a rest.
Pickpocketing time.
No. We can be there.
But most people from Eastern Europe who go to Egypt, they don't even go on a camel. They don't even go see the pyramid. Why don't you just stay in your backyard if you're not going to go see the pyramid? Why?
Just to be like Coach Potato, maybe on the beach near the seaside.
Oh my God! I'd have more fun on the Dnieper River, you know, in Ukraine here. I think the problem with tourism. What do you want? Shikai, wait, just wait. I think the problem with tourism now is that it's too much marketing. It's marketing to make you spend money where I believe if you've seen one country, you've seen everything. That's my opinion. What do you think?
I didn't understand your question.
If you've seen one country, you've seen all countries.
Oh, of course, but we all work very hardly and
Very hard, yeah.
very hard, and I think we can keep money to visit all country all our life.
Sure, but like in Canada, I can go to, let's say, Newfoundland. I can go to the East Coast. I can go to Quebec. I can go to Manitoba, Saskatchewan. I can go to Alberta, the cowboy area. I can go, where else can I go? I can go to Vancouver. I can go to Vancouver and see the mountains. I can do everything in Canada.
Michael, you can't understand only Russian. Or
One second, I closed the door.
Poor Pete, poor cat.
Общается с котом только на украинском, а...
Mishka is gone. Mishka has left the building.
What about your poor cat?
My cat, he ate. He's good. He's heavy. He doesn't need anything anymore. He just yappy too much. So what I'm saying is, in Canada, I can do everything. What else can we do in Ukraine and Russia? What else can we do? Who goes fishing? I mean, how many people go fishing every week? No? Nobody?
I don't like fishing. And I'm very lucky that my husband doesn't like to.
I know guys in Canada, they always go fishing up north. Every weekend they go fishing. And they eat the fish too. Vitaly, what do you... Vitaly, I mean, don't Ukrainian guys go fishing every week, or this is not really common? I do see people fishing in the Dnieper River, but I don't know if they eat that fish.
Yes, they eat this fish. Of course.
They eat it. They eat it. But what else is there to do? What else? What else can you do in Ukraine? Tell me, as a foreigner.
Michael, you asked that if you saw one country, you see every country, yes?
Sort of, yeah.
But I disagree with it, because every country has its own features.
Okay, I'll put the Eiffel Tower somewhere in Canada. There you go.
For example, if you go to Egypt, you can see local people, local culture. You can't see such culture in Canada.
Well,
or in another place.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes what we try to do is we try to copy that culture and put it in our culture too. You've seen that a lot. Little Italy. We have a Little Italy in Toronto.
Yeah,
anyone heard of it? Little France?
I don't think that it is the same. Eat Italy food in Canada and eat Italy food in Italy. No, I don't think so.
It's not the same babushka who makes pizza? So what else can I do in Ukraine? Tell me, I'm a foreigner in Ukraine. I came here for vacation. Come on, I want to do what everyone else does. What can I do? How do you spend your summer weeks? What do you do? Go for shashlik?
Yes, of course.
Luba, how are you?
Hello, Mike. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm okay. So in Russia, what can you do? What kind of places can you go to near in Siberia there? Well, what do you do every weekend? Do you do anything special?
First of all, you are very welcome to Altai region, where I'm from. It's a tourist region. It's a resort region, so to say, and we have a lot of possibilities to have good rest and to spend our time very cute. If you like to do some sports, so you can, for example, you can climbing, you can rafting.
I can climb. You said I can climb with safety equipment or without safety equipment.
Sorry, can you repeat?
You said I can climb, right?
Mm-hmm.
With safety equipment or without safety equipment?
I know the word equipment, but I don't understand. I haven't understood the first words.
With safety.
Safety equipment, yes, of course, and with their responsible friends, I would say, because it's really important to have such people who can
it's not like a cartoon.
By climbing, yes, to ensure you by climbing. Very important. We have a lot of mountains. That's why it's very popular in our region. Mountain climbing, climbing or alpinism even.
Will I find mishkas up there or no?
I don't think so, because we have our mountain. Do you know Beluga? Have you heard anything about Beluga? A very high and famous mountain. So it is covered with snow. That's why you will not find there mishka. Siberian
oh, it's
mishka.
covered with snow. Okay, so it has to be less snow to find a mishka. Okay, all right. So how else do you explore the region? Do you like exploring your area, or would you rather rest or go to another country and explore it?
Yes, I like doing it, and even if I live here, it doesn't mean that I have seen everything of my region.
That's what I'm trying to. Yeah.
There are a lot of places you cannot reach them by car or even on foot. Only maybe so rich people can allow them to reach these beautiful, very splendid places by helicopters. With helicopters.
Helicopters, oh.
Yes, it's also such helicopters tours are also very popular.
Well,
It's only for rich people, of course.
Well, I want life insurance, so if it crashes, I want to see who this pilot is.
You have such insurance, I think. If you would take a helicopter, you will have.
I want the life insurance with $1 million life insurance policy on it. I want to see if I can get that. Maybe 1,000 rubles. I don't know. Well, I don't know.
I don't know also.
I don't know. And Miguel, how else can you explore Ukraine? I'm trying to tell people how to explore their own country, because people tell me in Canada I don't have to go anywhere. I can explore my own country. How else can you explore Ukraine? And I don't mean by going to McDonald's. There's lots of McDonald's in Kiev.
Other interesting places in Kiev.
Exploring the McDonald's menu. I see they added this latte here and there. No.
Maybe I don't know. It's interesting places. It's for people. It's maybe разные. For different people, it's different interesting places, and it is hard for me to explain.
But do you ever get bored of Ukraine? I mean, just going like you wish, I wish I was somewhere else, because that's a problem with a lot of people. They tell me they're sick of their own country. If I ever heard of a Canadian who said they're sick of their own country, I would boot them. I would kick them to America. They can go to America as far as I'm concerned. So, do you ever say, I'm tired of, I've seen everything in Ukraine, or do you have lots to explore still? Lots to see. Duża.
Maybe you may visit Ukraine, because we have interesting hills on the river Dnieper, near the river Dnieper. It's a great view, panoramic view of Kiev, and it's nice place.
The view doesn't change. The woman with the statue with the sword. You know, the woman. I think she's watching me sometimes, so it never changes. And Vitaly, what haven't you seen in Ukraine? What haven't you explored?
Explore?
Explore. Do we know this word?
Write it down, please.
Well, like a Ford Explorer.
In my country, in Ukraine, I was in Crimea and in Cappadocia and in Kiev, but I haven't traveled a lot in my life, unfortunately.
Would you rather go to a different country and travel, or just stay in Ukraine and see what it, more to travel? Do you think you should know your own country best? Because in Canada, like we've been everywhere in the country. Canada's a big country. Not as big as Russia, but it's lots to see. And actually, to be honest with you, Ontario, the Oblast, province. Ontario, our province, is the size of Ukraine. So, and there's 9 provinces in Canada. So that's to get you an idea of how big Canada is. Do you still want to explore in Ukraine, or have you seen enough, do you think? You say, enough is enough for me.
I'd like to explore Ukraine, but maybe I'm too lazy to eat.
Well, where can you go? Where's a good sightseeing? Where else to go? I mean, I always wanted to go to Donetsk before all these problems happened, but if I went there now, they would love to take me. They would love to see what kind of information this Canadian has, because I've never been there. It's something new for me, right? But I don't know where else could I go? I'm thinking, for me, everyone says the Carpathian Mountains everywhere. What can you do in the Carpathian Mountains? What is so special about it?
I have been near the Carpathian Mountains.
Oh, you've been near. So what do you see? Just the tip of the mountain? What do you see?
It's a mountain with a forest. I visit the places which named fire water, something like that. Fire water. It's water you with a gas, something like that.
Okay. Well, I don't understand. Is it
Fire water? Горячая вода? Теперь по-русски, please. Please in Russian.
Ukrainian, it's палаючі джерела.
Well, why didn't you go inside the Carpathian? Why'd you have to go outside? You have binoculars and look like what's going on here, no?
It's just like an excursion.
An excursion, yeah. I see those excursion buses in Kiev. Okay, now here is St. Michael's Church, here is St. Andrew's Church, stuff like that. Luba, where else would you like to explore? Remember, Russia, by looking at the map that I see, it's a very big country. Are you interested in other places to go to, or are you not interested?
I plan with my family in the future to make a little trip around, not all over the Russia, but
how many years would it take? Wait, how many days would it take to get all around Russia? How many days do you think?
With the car, I think it could take from the European part to the eastern.
No. From the Ukrainian border there, all the way out to the end, close to like China there. I guess, I don't know, so near Mongolia or whatever.
I think a week, maybe a week.
1 week.
1 week, yes, without maybe with short interruption for a rest when you are going with your car. I think maybe a week.
How do you like that? I kind of like in Canada, traveling from one end to the other end. I like that idea. How many Ukrainian people do that, where they travel to one part of Ukraine all the way by car to another part? I think that's better than taking a marshutka bus.
course.
Yeah, I think it's there are a lot of interesting places in Kiev, and you can not обязательно, not who knows, обязательно.
Obligatory.
Should, можешь.
Obligatory.
Okay,
Obligatory, mean yeah.
and people don't travel a lot across Ukraine on the car.
Again, Miguel, I didn't hear you.
The people don't travel across the country because a lot interesting places in Kiev and in our own city.
Kiev. There's always something happening in Kiev. It's just, it's like it's never boring. Like where I'm from in Hamilton, Ontario, it's the same bullshit. It's the same thing every day. It's the same thing. In Kiev, it's probably in Moscow too, right? You know, busy city. It's in St. Petersburg. There's always something to do, but it's different than like in Toronto. Toronto, all people do is they go to work, they go home and sleep. That's it, like sheep. So, but in Kiev, it's different. In Kiev, you can always go downtown. There's always something to do. So maybe you can't, maybe that's the reason, sure, like Miguel said, you just can't go, from one end to the other end. There's so much to see in Kiev. And Luba, what else do you recommend to go in Russia, other places? I mean, like I said, I don't know nothing, any places just because it's so big. Where else could I go? Maybe south of the region. Where else? Where else could I visit? Could I see? Tell me.
You can visit also Baikal Lake. Have you heard something about it? It's the deepest lake, I think, in the world. And there are also a lot of things to see, to observe. And maybe to Vladivostok also. I haven't been there, but I'd like to visit it as well. And I know a lot of foreign people are having a trip by train, for example, from Moscow to Vladivostok. It's really very interesting.
They're not scared. I'm scared because it's just I don't speak good Russian, and you never know who could speak good English.
I think you will speak Russian during 1 week trip.
I've been in Ukraine for 2 years. I can't speak Ukrainian, so I think we have a problem here.
If you have a goal, you will, I think.
My goal, well, my problem is that my wife speaks in English with me too much. That's the problem there. Problem number one. So, Oksana too. Where else would you like to go? And somewhere interesting. Can you tell us?
Oh, I was only maybe in 2 or 3 cities.
Why don't you want to explore? I don't understand.
But I haven't the opportunity.
Right, okay.
A lot of money. I haven't time. I worked a lot some years ago. Now I'm seated at home, and I think I will start again work hard. And I don't know. I want to see different places. I want to see the South Sochi maybe. I want to see Sibir, Ural, Baikal, of course. It's a very interesting place. I've never been in or two. I don't know how to say. I've never been in Moscow and St. Petersburg. But I'm Russian and I have to see these cities.
I haven't seen Ottawa, and I'm from Canada, so yeah. A lot of people haven't. There's nothing interesting in Ottawa, anyways, unless you want to see the Prime Minister of Canada. 24 Sussex Drive is where he lives, if anyone's interested.
Russia is very big country. It needs to have a lot of money, much money to travel.
Well,
if you will be alone, of course it's easier than to travel with your own family.
Well, I know in Canada we usually go to the south to travel, right? But a lot of Canadians, they're like, well, we have a lot of wildlife in Canada, so that's why we're able to travel. It's very beautiful. We have very beautiful wildlife in British Columbia and northern Ontario. Maybe I think a lot of people would love to see our wildlife, but we don't. It's only known to local us, not like through global tourism. You know, it's just we know of it because we're from the area, right? We know of where to go. But other people.
You're a lucky man if you visited all Canada.
Yeah, yeah. And Vitaly, are you going anywhere this year? Are you traveling outside of Ukraine?
No, I don't think so.
Well, where will you go to rest for this year? Are you going somewhere special in Ukraine? Are you spending any weekend somewhere special?
I think I stay at home.
I think I'll do the same too. So I don't know. Like I have the problem where if I go to some place, I want to go home. You know, like you go to the country, okay, that's it. I've seen everything. I'm going home. Luba, have you ever felt like this too?
Sorry, can you repeat, please? I'm so sorry.
Go to the place, you get there, and okay, I'm done. I want to go home. You know what I mean? No?
No.
I'll write it for you. 1 second. So you go to the place, and you look around, and then you want to go.
Okay, it's clear now.
That's slow enough.
you must only to say a little bit slowly. Okay, thank you, Michael. So, actually, I haven't had such a situation, and maybe because before a trip, I have known something about the place where I'm going, and I know that I'm sure that I find something to do there. Yes. Is it clear? No?
No, it's clear. So you find something to do. Okay, so you don't like. Okay, I want to go. Yeah, I want
before
to go
my
back.
trip. Yes, previously, I know that I would be pleased of being there or here, for example.
But I think these days traveling is too expensive. Like to go to a different country. I think it's way too much. To go to Europe, it's very expensive. What about these Euro trips? Has anyone been on these Euro trips at all?
What is it?
Euro trip. You don't know? No one knows?
Could you write?
Yeah. All right. Euro.
I think more cheaper to travel to if you have friends in the city when you go. In which you go.
You mean you have friends in that city? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it's more cheaper.
Yeah, but how often does that happen? You know how.
Michael.
Sorry?
Nice cat, Michael.
It's not a cat.
It's the
Rabbit. It's rabbit.
rabbit.
Hello.
Oh.
She is being a monkey, so she is been a very bad girl. I have been a very bad girl, see? You stay here. Sorry, it's just, yeah. Okay, so like Miguel was saying, if you know people, right, from a different country, you can go with them, but how often is that where, you know, hey, gee, what's up? I want to go with you somewhere. It's, to be honest with you, I only know people from Canada from certain regions, I don't know everyone. I'm not Prince Charles or something. You know, it's very difficult as well to do that. But you know what the problem is like in Ukraine and Russia, going even to restaurants are much cheaper than going in parts of Europe. What do you think the most expensive restaurants are in Europe? I'm thinking like in France.
And in London, maybe.
London. Why would anyone, sorry for any English people listening, I don't know, but why would anyone go to London when it's so expensive? I don't understand. Just to see Big Ben?
And Tower, maybe.
And to eat English food? Does anyone know fish and chips? What kind of stuff that they... It's not like, you know, Ukrainian or Russian food where you get good borscht. It's not like that. So like, I don't understand. Maybe, okay, sure. If you want to see, those telephone booths, or if you want to see, those buses, double-decker buses.
Mm-hmm.
We call it double-decker. And where's the most expensive hotels in Europe too? Most expensive. Anyone know?
But I think one experienced traveler, can I say so?
Traveler, yeah.
He knows some ways how to travel more cheaper. How to travel cheaper.
Hitchhiking.
Yes, hitchhiking, maybe fast food eating. I don't know. If you want to see new places, you will. You don't need some luxurious hotels or restaurants.
I need a 5-suite hotel with a custom ringer on there. That's when you travel. I think when you travel though, you have to pamper yourself. Everyone know what pamper means? Pamper? No? I'll write it. Like, oh wait, talk. Like right now, I am pampering my rabbit. Ow! Oh, don't easy. Does everyone know what pamper means? I think you need to pamper yourself, don't you think? I mean, in your own country, usually you don't pamper yourself because there's nothing special. But when you're in a different country, I think you have to pamper yourself. Treat yourself better.
In our country, you have to work hard during all year to pamper yourself
Once
once a year for 2 days or 3 or 2 weeks.
I understand. So if it's so expensive, why do Ukrainians then travel outside Ukraine? That's what I don't understand. How much does it cost to go to Turkey?
It's cheaper than Europe.
Than to go to Ukraine? No, around Ukraine. How much would it be? I mean, to go to Turkey. Does anyone know? To get a flight to go for 1 week. Nobody knows? Miguel, any idea?
Could you repeat?
To go to Turkey, how much would it cost for 1 week?
I've never been in Turkey.
Me neither, but I want to go. I'm thinking, I think I've seen some prices for $1,000. And that's expensive for people in Eastern Europe. How do they afford this? How long does it take them to usually, like if you're going, okay, Vitaly, well, if you're going on a vacation, you want to go to like some European country, how long do you usually have to save in Ukraine? How long are people saving for their trip?
I don't know. I have never been to Europe. I haven't.
But you would like to go one day, of course, wouldn't you?
Of course, it would be very good.
But you have to save. I think everyone saves. How long does the average person save for? I'm thinking I heard something for about 6 months. You have to save for 6 months, roughly. Luba, how like are you say do you like have like a some sort of kopilka or something that you have to save money for traveling, or you don't have that kind of thing?
Mm, you know, I don't need to travel now more because we have. I live in such beautiful place, and I have a rest every week. I can go anywhere to swim to do what I want.
So you have
But
Disneyland there.
sorry.
You have Disneyland there.
No, I have Disney, and I don't want to spend my holiday like being in Disney. I prefer another one, rest. But what about people in Russia? I think it's now more easier to go somewhere for people. So now people can allow them to go to Thailand or to Turkey, and it improves that people were living better, I think, if they have money for.
You mean you mean if you like relax, you think you have a better quality of life? You go somewhere to a country that you've never been to, maybe it's good for your health. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes. First of all, I'm thinking about my health, but I like also some excursions. I have had a Euro trip, and it was really I don't know how is it. Sorry, wait. I'm searching a dictionary. It was like very cognitive, knowing, educational trip, so to say.
Can you write it for me? Can you write this word?
Yes, I'm writing.
But the thing is why don't I ever see, educational trip?
And I like such kind of trips. I mean, visiting of museums, sightseeing with excursion, with a lot of history.
Some people just lay on the beach like a whale.
And eat.
And eat.
And they are going for such trips. They are going to Turkey or to Egypt.
Yeah, the one woman said she was trying to get a tan, or the guy said what did he say? Yeah, I go just to get a tan. I'm like, yeah, you're asking a lot from the sun there. You can tan in the backyard or something. You have to go and lay on the sand and I don't know. Sure, museums. I agree with Luba. Museums, you can learn a lot. We have a lot of. I was in the Chernobyl Museum in Kiev. I was sorry. I'm scared. I'll never go back there again. I was so scared of that museum. It's just I get nightmares now. And I was in the water. I was in the water museum too. I learned something about Ukrainian water. You can't drink it. So, you learn something new all the time. So, Luba, what did you learn about any educational? What did you learn about the museums that you've been? What are something important maybe?
I've been to Berlin, and there are a lot of museums for World War II. And I have known that German people now, so to say, shame of such history. I don't know. They feel like a punishment or something like that.
So I hear as well. So you in Poland too, they have such museums as well. So, but unfortunately, when I was in Krakow, I didn't I didn't even get a chance to even see them. Anything else educational? Nothing else to share? No.
Oof, I have visited a lot of museums. I like art. I have I don't know how you artists or not.
Art galleries.
Arts galleries. So to say, I have visited a lot of such cultural museums. Как же это? Ну, искусство. Can you help me, please? Arts. Yes, simply arts.
Well, the biggest problem. Sorry, the biggest problem that I'm seeing is that in all of the countries, they don't tell their own people of how to enjoy life better, what they can do. In Canada, like I said, we have Discover Canada. Why can't there be like Discover Ukraine, Discover Russia, where Russian people can you know, get more information, how to discover their own country, and in Ukraine, discover, you know, think outside the box. That's what we try to do in Canada. We try to think outside the box. We try to think, what can we do to replenish our own country? Because here's the problem. If you rely too much on foreign money, what happens there is, what if the foreigners don't come? What if they don't come for tourism? You've seen in Crimea what happens, right? You get no money coming in. But if you have local tourism, a lot of money comes in. And that's why we try to push this in Canada. We try to push the outdoors, going to Newfoundland, Labrador, seeing the beautiful Atlantic Ocean, the lighthouses, the ships. Here, when I'm in Ukraine, I don't feel like there's enough tourism development. So, for Oksana, don't you think in Russia they could push more tourism? Do you think they could develop it better than just, you know, for Sochi?
Oh, I didn't understand your question.
Very long, isn't it?
Yes.
Do you think they could develop tourism better for their own people? For example, Russia could develop Russian tourism better for Russian people.
Люба, правильно я поняла, да, что
Улучшить туризм в России.
Ну да, строить туризм.
Как можно улучшить туризм в своей стране?
Very difficult question. My city thinks about this problem, and our government, I mean, in my city, we don't know how to develop tourism there here. I don't know. Maybe we can improve our service.
Quality of service.
Yes.
You know, the good thing about Ukraine was, when I was in Ukraine, all Ukrainians, they all went to like Yalta, they went to Sevastopol, they weren't more interested, but Yalta was the big one. And they all went to Yalta, and they were putting into the economy. All Ukrainians, they like to go to Yalta, but the problem is a lot of Ukrainian people didn't like to go there because, well, some of them, because it was too expensive. More expensive than Turkey. I don't understand that. A lot of people, they really advertise Yalta, 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 Yalta. And I like Yalta too because it's perfect. It's warm. It's near the Black Sea there. It was a perfect setting. So you need something like that in each country where they try to get the local people to experience more of their own country. And that's the problem. It's like there's a word we have, underdevelopment. But Luba, you're saying in where you live, it's very developed.
Yes, it's very developed, but it is very expensive as well. And I mean...
How expensive? Tell me.
Sorry?
How expensive? What is expensive? I don't know what expensive is.
So, for example, one night staying in a hotel, it can cost you about, I think about 30 euros, from 30 to 60 euros.
Oh, that's okay.
But you don't know the quality of this hotel.
Okay, that's another issue. Okay,
there are a lot of hotels for different tastes. You can
I understand.
if you want to yeah, it's the cheapest. It's the cheapest hotel.
Oh, it's the cheapest. Okay.
It's the cheapest one, yes.
No.
There's only one bed and a chair, nothing more.
No cockroaches, please.
Sorry?
No cockroaches, please.
I don't understand. I'm so sorry, but I haven't understand.
Translate.
Cockroaches. Oh, no, without cockroaches, without mosquitoes, we haven't. You think maybe some people like to have a rest like a wild
West.
Maybe in a tent. Why not? It's a kind of extreme
Camping.
rest. Camping. Yes.
I wanna go in a tent and see a big shadow of a Mishka and a cougar, try to break in and try to escape and run barefoot. That would be a good introduction to a movie, a Steven Spielberg movie.
Maybe it is for people who likes extreme, who wants
Okay. Run up a tree very fast.
Maybe yes.
But bears can run up trees as well, so that's
yes,
work out.
and it's really very dangerous. But
well, if I was going in Canada back in like Vancouver, I'd have a gun with me. There's no way I'm going without a gun. What am I gonna use? Pepper spray on the bear? Come on. Probably eat the canister. You need a gun with you. You don't take chances with a big pussy cat. I have a small little cat, not a big lion here. These cougars are huge and they will kill you. And no, sorry, you need a gun. But I'm thinking in Russia it's hard to get a hunter's license, isn't it? No? Luba?
Yes. It's
Hunter's
hard.
license?
I think also yes.
I mean, I'm not to kill. I mean, hunter's license is to have some, killing spree. I'm just saying for protection because, I mean, look, Vitaly, like if you're going somewhere, right? I mean, last time I think we talked about before, there are no bears in Ukraine. I don't think so. Maybe in the Carpathian.
Yes, we told.
People killed them, right?
Bears.
Bears, Mishkas, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, cougars. We must have some cougars. I mean, right? Cougars. Big
What is
pussycat.
cougar?
Big pussycat. Wait.
No, we don't have.
So I don't need a gun then. I guess. Okay. Well, wait a minute. When do I need a gun? If I need to protect myself from an animal? There's nothing to threaten me, is there? There's no animals that can threaten me, are there?
Dogs.
I mean, dangerous animals. There's no dangerous animals in Ukraine, so yeah.
There are a lot of wolves in Ukraine, in Carpathian. You can meet it, and it can be dangerous.
Okay, then I need a gun then. All right. So I'm just saying, if you're traveling some places, you need some protection, right? And like I said, don't rely on pepper spray or anything like that. So Luba, you're saying like $60 is the cheapest, and what's the most expensive?
I don't know. I think it's not for my pocket.
Me neither. Anyways, I don't know. I like I said, we're out of time though, but I still think, tourism should be better developed because I don't hear anything. I never hear, come to me, come to this city, come here. It's very different. I never once, to be honest with you, mostly foreigners, if they're going to Russia, they go to Moscow, right? They're for tourism. That's it. Or St. Petersburg. That's all. I never heard of, hey, I'm going to Sochi. Never. I never heard of this.
I said about Sochi.
Why do I say about Sochi?
I said to you about Sochi 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, but it's not advertised, but no, and Sochi's too expensive too, as well. So that's why I don't think it's that it's even that popular per se. And I don't know. It's up to your countries. It's not me. I'm a Canadian, right? I'm okay. Our government advertises well, so it doesn't bother me. But it would be nice to see where nice places are, right? Because I shouldn't have to ask Igor down the street where I should go. You know, it's just my opinion. Anyways, it's 10:01. Does anyone have any questions for me?
No.
Questions. All right.
I would like to invite you, and I think it's really
Give
worth.
me a visa. I need a visa, unfortunately.
You're a Canadian.
I'm a Canadian, that's right. I'm just a Canadian. Anyways,
You're very welcome.
I think it is not a problem for Canadian get a visa to Ukraine or in Russia.
No, I don't need a visa for Ukraine. Canadians can stay in Ukraine for 3 months and 90 days. But I have another thing that I can stay even longer, but that's something different. But to get into Russia as a Canadian, you need just to prove where you're staying. Okay, so that's all. Your tourist things and embassy this, embassy counselor, blah 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 blah. Double entry, single entry. You know how it works. Anyways, please look at the lessons again. I did make a mistake on one of my lessons when I wrote what the lesson was about, but I did see that mistake. So whoever saw that, whoever wrote that probably has too much time on their hands, because when I looked at my schedule again, I did notice for that mistake. And you know, if that person makes one more correction by accident, I'll have to pay them in kopeksa or something like that. For lessons, I am working at 3 schools right now. You can always look at my schedule. The schedules are changing, and again, please look at my my schedule, because it's very busy. But if you need private lessons, something custom. I mean, in the group lesson, it's just general. But if you need something specific, because I do everything from business English to grammatical, look at my schedule, and if you need something custom, you can always let me know. So if there's no other questions, I will let everyone go now. Have a good evening, and don't put a bunch now, or bakao bakao.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.